Okay, welcome to another edition of Soto Desperado Plays Ark Survival Ascended over here on the island location of the Supreme Gaming. That's one word, Supreme Gaming Network. My base is right here. It's just off of Colonel Island. Ooh, I got a lot of deaths. Anyway, I'm on my boy here, or I think it's a girl. And I need to get more narcotic made, so I'm going to try to get a bunch of berries and deal with that. What is this? Oh, that's a little hyena. Oh, it's only a 72. See, for me, it's hard to see the damn numbers. The levels, it's hard to see them. Anyway, I got Big Ward lined up for today, and there's another one after that. Big Ward! No taxes on overtime pay. Whose idea was this?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Today is Friday the 13th. Wow. September 13th, 2024. Friday the 13th, if y'all believe in all that. But lately we having bad luck every damn day. It don't take Friday the 13th. This whole last 4 years been a nightmare on Elm Street, if you know what I mean. So anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Now, I want to show y'all, when I say I'm supporting somebody for president, that I'm basing it on policy and not emotion and how I like the person, I don't like them, they this, they that, and the other. No, I'm looking at ideas. What kind of ideas are you coming up with? What type of policy are you coming up with that's going to get this economy rolling? Do you have good ideas? And if you do, how about you tell us about your ideas? That would help. Tell us how you're going to do what you say you're going to do. Okay? That's both candidates. Don't just say what you... How are you going to do it? Tell me your ideas. Let me listen to them. Let me analyze them. Let me think, will that work? Will that won't work? And then I form my decision based on what your ideas are that you're telling me. So therefore, let's look at some ideas.
Some of the top economists in our country and in the world have reviewed these plans. Goldman Sachs, for example, has said that my plan would grow our economy and his plan would shrink the economy, that his plan would reignite inflation and send us into a recession by the middle of next year.
That is Vice President Harris saying Goldman Sachs endorses her economic plan, but the company's CEO is
Now pay attention. She said, they said her plan would grow the economy, his would shrink it. And that his plan would take us into a recession or depression, what have you. She's lying. Just listen to the man out of his own mouth. He didn't say nothing about no recession. She added that. She lied. And the amount that she talked about is a very small percentage. Both plans are about the same so far.
Bunking that claim. Cheryl Casoni from our sister network Fox Business here with the details. Hey, Cheryl.
Hey, good morning to you, Todd. And I will tell you what, Vice President Harris obviously first made that claim about Goldman Sachs endorsing her economic plan at the debate, obviously, on Tuesday night. She continued saying it at a rally in North Carolina yesterday. But the company's CEO, David Solomon, he says that the analysis that she's referring to is not as big of a deal as she's making it for them.
I think a lot more has been made of this than should be. What the report did is it looked at a handful of policy issues that have been put out by both sides, and it tried to model their impact on GDP growth. And the reason I say a bigger deal has been made of it is what it showed is the difference between the sets of policies that they put forward was about 0.2%.
So that's David Solomon, again, CEO of Goldman Sachs. So the original analysis said that a Harris victory could result in a very slight boost to GDP, while a Trump victory could see a slight decline in GDP based on their proposed policies. Harris's economic plan includes child tax credit increases, price gouging bans, housing assistance, and no taxes on tips. Solomon did add that there's no guarantee that these policies that Harris and Trump proposed, which as economists used in the report, would actually be implemented. So, and look, those margins, those numbers were so small. So when you come out and say, I've got this endorsement, it was a little disingenuous for her to kind of phrase it that way or present it that way.
Also, and a fun fact, David Solomon is a DJ in his spare time. So if you can't believe a DJ, who can you believe, Cheryl Casoni? From DJ to DJT, former president announcing new plan.
So, the head of Goldman Sachs, who she said endorsed her, just came out and said, no, he didn't. And that her so-called plan and his plan, talking about Trump too, they looked at both of them. They only looked at a handful of policies, not everything. And they based that based on GDP, gross domestic product. That ain't got nothing to do with whether the economy gonna boom and whether or not they can get those policies through anyway. And the percentage point was so small that you wouldn't know, they were basically neck and neck. Hers wasn't no better than his. His wasn't no better than hers. So far, with the few policies that they looked at.
Plan to end all taxes on overtime.
Yeah, and I'm wondering how soon it's going to take for Kamala Harris to pick up on this one, because it's a very good idea and it does appeal to workers. So former President Trump did announce he's going to end all taxes on overtime pay if elected. Watch.
We will end all taxes on overtime. You know what that means? Think of that. That gives people more of an incentive to work. People who work overtime are among the hardest working citizens in our country. And for too long, no one in Washington has been looking out for them.
And Trump is also proposing to reduce the corporate tax rate to 15%. Right now, we're sitting at 21%. Also, tariffs on products made overseas, no tax on tips, which was that proposal that Harris picked up on. Remember, he was out in Nevada. We first brought that one to our attention. And then also Social Security benefits as well. So, look, a Harris-Waltz spokesperson called out the proposed overtime plan, says there's only one candidate in this race who will actually fight for workers. That is Vice President Kamala Harris. But again, another good idea that appeals to the working class.
And another example of Kamala Harris continuing to talk in platitudes and Donald Trump saying specifically, I'm going to do A, B, C, D. See what happens in the next 53 days. Don't miss Cheryl Casoni hosting Mornings with Maria. Cheryl, as always, thank you.
All right.
I'm Steve.
So now, instead of coming with good speeches, accusations, racist, bigot, and talking about the character, instead of coming with good speeches, I like somebody to come with some policy. Tell me what you're gonna do, how you gonna do it. You know how much that would help to not tax your overtime pay? You work your ass off, you get the 40 hours. And anybody else ever worked overtime, they tax your overtime even more than they tax your regular pay. Y'all know that, right? So just imagine all that overtime money, no tax. How many more people gonna want to work overtime? How many people gonna want to work hard instead of saying, man, it's been times where I had jobs that paid overtime, I was like, man, I ain't working overtime, I ain't gonna do it, take all of it. I don't remember saying that to myself. They ain't gonna take it. I don't want no overtime. But they're gonna tax the hell out of me. Now just imagine they're not taxing your time and a half or triple time, whatever you're making overtime. Talking about helping the economy, more money in your pocket, more incentive, more drive to want to work harder now. When they ask you want to work some overtime, hell yeah. No tax on it. On your time and a half. You know, some people get just as much overtime as they get regular time. You know how much money that is? And I wanted to play this because he came out with it first. I guarantee you she gonna come later on with the same thing. She stole the tax on tips idea. No tax on tips. when she was the one who voted for the tax on tips, now she claiming after he said he wasn't gonna tax tips. That's when she come now, she talking about that's part of my plan, no tax on tips. Go back and look in the Senate on the vote. It was a tiebreaker, which she's the tiebreaker, being the vice president. Joe Biden's tax plan was a tax tip. Republicans were against it, Democrats were for it. It was a tie vote. She voted for tax on tips. Now she's saying she's against it. Well, if she was against it, why did she vote for it? Quick question. If she was against tax on tips like she is now, she flip-flops. If she don't like tax on tips, why did she vote for it? It wouldn't be no tax on tips if she would have voted against it. There wouldn't even be an issue. It wouldn't even be a discussion. She could have ended it. She had the power, when the folks say she's the vice president, she can't do it. She had the power to not tax tips. But she did it anyway. But now, Trump said he gonna remove the tax on tips. Everybody said that's a good idea. Now here she comes. No tax on tips. I can't stand her, because she's so fake. And I can't believe, well, yes I can. I would say I can't believe y'all can't see through her act, but yes I can. Because you're looking at her like this. That's why you can't see it. Her supporters was talking about. So now here we hear Trump saying he gonna do no tax on overtime pay. Let's see how long it's gonna take before she come say the same thing. She a sucker MC, like they say back in the day. Remember them sucker MCs in the hip hop industry? She be biting. She biting Trump's rhymes. Kamala Harris is a sucker MC, Y'all remember that? Your old head, hip hop head. She biting off Trump playing. That's what she doing. She ain't got no idea, y'all. But hey, I'm gonna give this fella a few more videos. And I know a lot, I know some of y'all want me to talk politics, but I'm getting burnt out on it, y'all. I'm sick of it. I want to get back to some other thing. I ain't gonna leave politics alone completely, but I need a break from it. I know some people are tired of me talking politics, and guess what? I'm with them. I'm tired of talking politics. It's getting on my damn nerves. I'm tired of looking up and down my timeline on Facebook to be Kamala Harris supporters. I got too many on the block, all of them, so I just got to like bear with it. Because I love going on Facebook because I get content from Facebook. But all my damn Facebook friends are Democrats. They got to look at this bullshit all day long.
Oh.
And then turn around and talk about politics. I'm burnt out on politics, y'all. Let me just say this. No matter who wins, Kamala or Trump, I'm pulling for America. May God bless America. Take care of us, America. I don't care about Trump or Kamala. I care about America, where we live. We done been through too much. From the beginning of the country to now, through slavery, Jim Crow, world wars, civil war, you name it. To get to where we are now, to finally make it this far. We've come a long way as a country. We ain't perfect, never have been, never will be, but we've come a long way. I'm proud of this country. It's the best country on the planet. If you don't like it, dip. Everybody get their passports anyway now, right? Get your passport, bro, and get the hell out of here if you hate America. That's just that simple. I'm not that guy. So I want what's best for the country. I don't have a favorite candidate, a favorite politician. I have a favorite country. This is my favorite country. This is where I live. This is where my mama lives, my daddy lives, my sisters, cousins, brothers, everybody that I love live here. And I don't want it to go nowhere. For nobody, Kamala or Trump. So whoever, I just want the best for America. I ain't got nothing personal against nobody, either candidate. It ain't personal. I have worked too hard. Y'all have worked too hard to sit back and watch the country go down the drain like it's doing. We've been through too much to turn back now. We've overcome too much, dealt with too much. Like I said, slavery, Civil War, American Revolution, you name it. We've been there and done that, and we've made it through it all. We cannot now, in this day and time, no matter who you support as far as the candidate, whether you like Harris or Trump, I don't care. All I care about is, do you love America? Do you want what's best for the country? Even if you got the wrong idea, even if you think Kamala's best for the country, if that's what you really think, then I'm okay with you. But if you just voting on and you just voting on first black woman, this, that, and the other, no idea, no policy, that's when I got a problem with you. But if I ask you a question, why you voting for her or him, and you can't give me good policy ideas, I don't like you. Even if you voting for Trump, and I ask you why you voting for Trump, and you can't tell me policy, I don't like you. If you vote for Harris, and I ask you why you vote for Harris, and you tell me, well, I hate Trump. He's a racist, and this, that, I can't rock with you. You can't tell me specific policy idea of why you voting for Harris, I got no respect for you. Now, if you vote for Harris and you say, I like her idea on this, they say the housing thing, $25,000, even though it's a bad idea, but the fact that you quoting policy, I respect you if you support Harris. If you say she said she gonna do this for the cap on insulin, if you come up with policy she stated as to why you supporting Harris, I got love for you. You love America. But if you just voting for her or him just based on ideology, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, she's first black woman, I can't rock with you. So I don't hate Democrats as long as the Democrats love America. I don't hate Republicans as long as you love America. If you don't love this country, I got a problem with you. I don't care who your party is. Because I look at it, if you're a Democrat but you love America, you're still an American. You're just a Democrat. I don't hate you. I was once a Democrat, but I love the country. I just thought I was on the right side. That was best for the country. That's what I thought. But I didn't hate America when I was a Democrat. I thought the Democrats were better for America than the Republicans were, but I was wrong. Both of them are bad for America in certain areas, and some of them are good. Democrats got good ideas too. This woman don't. Republicans got good ideas too. Not many of them. That's why I'm an independent. I can look at both sides, take the good with the bad on both sides. That's how you love this country. That's who I want to ride with. If you don't love America, get the hell on. I don't care what party you're from. Get it, got it, good, bye.
Well. Yeah, because politics is a hot button issue. You know, I can care less what happens in the world because it's like, you know, that old Blade movie. They asked Blade, who's the president of the United States? And Blade goes, an asshole. Which is fucking true. It's always going to be just some fucking asshole. It's not going to be anybody who's on your fucking side. Everybody who's a true American will stand out. Anybody who's a United States citizen will betray the American and the America. That's just the pussies that you got out there. But yeah, I'm not going to be out there debating or fucking with these people. They're crazy. Most of the people in charge of the world are insane. And there's nothing you could do to change their their cuckoo-ness. Bottom line is they're fucking crazy, dude. They're fucking crazy. Anyway, man, I gotta go to the bathroom, but let's see. Let's start another video here. Thumbs up, Big Ward, and
I don't want to leave.
okay. So this one is from Linval Williams. It's one of my favorites. Also, he's just as good. He's much more focused than Big Ward, but I still think Big Ward's got more practical wisdom. But this guy has a lot of practice. I mean, this man, I swear to God, if this man had a crown on his head, the kingdom would be at peace forever. I'll tell you, this guy, because I've listened to him. When you listen to somebody's testimony, you are listening to, you're listening to, like, their soul in a way. How they carry themselves, what they value and all that. I mean, some of this shit's cold because the world's cold. But I still think we'd be better off with people like this in charge instead of these crazy, disconnected assholes that don't give a fuck about practical people, regular, everyday people. I mean, all they know how to do is fuck you over. Anyway, let me go ahead and get them started here.
Stay away from people. You have too much going on in your life to be sitting around wasting time with others. People are fixated on your life. People know more about your life than they know about their own life. Everybody know everything, right? But they have nothing to show. All they have is comments. They want to make excuses and comments that they believe cannot be objectified because you said something or someone else says something that rattles their insecurities or their little emotions, right? As soon as they say something and you call them out on their bullshit, they want to fight or they want to belittle you or they want to talk trash about you. Fuck people. Stay away from people. People will manipulate you. People will talk about you. Talk about people in front of you. People will remember everything you do for them up until you say no one time. The one time you say no, everything you do for them go away. Why? They remember everything you do because it's a consistent pattern. The more you give and say yes, the more they're expecting yes. The moment you say no, oh, we're enemies. No, you're not reciprocating the same energy. Stay away from people. Fuck people. You're wasting your time and your resources. My dad always said, don't ever fix your mouth up and say somebody need to do something for you you can't do for yourself. If you ask them and they decide to help you out, cool. Show some gratitude. Don't come back and ask 5 minutes later, 5 days later, 5 weeks later. Give it some time, damn it, because in the meantime, in between time, your ass should be working to get something of your own. That's grown man talk. You see, people will want you to give them the energy that they want from you, and they're not giving it back. People pay attention to how you're treating them. They're not really focused or paying attention to how they're treating you. They're not analyzing their decisions. See, they say life is a transaction. People are doing things because they're expecting something from you. People are doing things because they're looking to gain something. Even people who say they don't have or they don't specifically go out of their way to seek validation. They seeking validation by saying they're not like other people who seek validation, right? Now, me personally, I don't seek validation. I just know certain things need to be said and it rub people wrong. Not for me to actually get on their nerves, but when you done being pissed off with me and you go sit down and you think about life, you remember certain things that I say because I'm talking about life. This ain't about me and me boosting my ego. I got a wife, I got kids. I don't need fame. But just like you a human being, you don't need the bullshit that people put in front of you and they expect you to eat it up like it's the plate that you fix for yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Forget people, man. If you ain't getting drunk with a drunk, they mad at you. We ain't enemies. I just don't want to get drunk. If you ain't getting high with somebody who getting high, they mad at you. My closest friends was always the people, if they wanted to go rob somebody, not condoning violence or not saying my friends rob people, but even when I was around men who was about that life, if I said, no, I'm cool, we were still friends tomorrow. They never dissed me. They never disowned me, belittled me, and they never robbed me. They never talked about me. They never set me up. They never gave me up. They never lied and say I was their driver. None of that. The next day, no matter what went down, we was friends, as we were the moment before they left. See, some of us around family and friends that only remember what you do for them that's a benefit for them. Forget people. People will come up with all kind of comments. I've heard it all. I've heard it from friends, I heard it from family. And I'm not disrespecting my friends or my family, but this is real life. We talk on this. You know, I don't hold back on my channel. I try to refrain from cursing every now and then, but sometimes I'm gonna let that shit come out. People will say stuff like, we're in this together, but when it's not benefiting them, or when it doesn't make them feel, you know, we talk about feelings, fuck feelings. When it doesn't make them feel right, they don't make them feel good, we got a problem. We're not together no more. It's like a relationship. Me and my wife is married. We going through the thick and the thin, the good and the bad together. You see what I'm saying? And that's another video, because I'm gonna get into that marriage. But even when it comes to family and friends, it's relationships. The up and the down, the good and the bad, left and right, open, closed. Certain things are gonna be available, just open to talk about, and it's gonna be free discussion, everything's gonna be cool, and then certain things shall not be discussed. See, when you get around people who always want it their way, the manipulators, the narcissists, and this gonna run everywhere. This gonna be your coworkers, friends, family, everybody, right? You're gonna meet strangers that do this. You gotta pay attention to how they act, because they'll say things, man. We're in this together, but it's not showing. Don't tell me, show me, and show me every blood clot day, because that's what I do. I don't miss a day. I'm a caring person, man. I show love, but I'm not gonna be mistreated. I'm not gonna be taken advantage of, right? I pick my battles because I don't want to get locked up. I love my freedom, and I'm not about to waste my resources to bail myself out because I'm getting into it with some dumbass. It don't matter who it is. Once I understand where you coming from, you moving off your emotions and ego, you a dumbass to me, because those are the type of individuals that will sink a ship and then go to the people that tried to tell them not to do something because we knew it was going to sink the ship and say, you guys let me do it. I'm mad at y'all. It's y'all fault. Just children. But I digress. Don't tell me, show me. Don't tell me we're in this together when something goes bad, now we enemies. Because me and your conviction don't have to align. You and someone else's conviction don't have to align for you guys to be rocking with each other, loyal to each other. Blood makes you related. Loyalty makes you family. I don't give a fuck if it's your family. If it don't align, remove yourself. That's what I learned in my 32 years. And I'm pretty sure over the next however long I'm blessed on this earth, I'm going to keep understanding what I just said and why it makes sense. Remove yourself from people. Somebody say what's yours is theirs. That's how I operate. If they ain't never got anything to give, what's yours is not theirs, and what's theirs is not yours. They're telling you that so you can feel some type of way about not giving them something. But I bet you as the person that's been giving, what have they give? They might give once every few years. You've been giving every goddamn day. They probably even realize it. Why? Because they built a habit of expecting. Fuck people, man. You have a small group. Like every race in the world, every group of people in the world, we got stereotypes. People execute plans to fit the stereotypes, to push the narrative. But you always got that small few. You got that small few that ain't lazy. That small few that's not stupid. You got that small few that are loyal. You got that small few that not walking around like tough guys. You got that small few that use their intelligence. Just like you can't worship two masters, you can't be two people at the same time. We call that two-face. You wishy-washy. You ain't authentic. It's either you're going to be a gangster and you're going to end up in jail or dead, or you're going to be intelligent and you're going to lead by example out here and do what you're supposed to do. Self-control is masculinity. You know what also is a part of masculinity? Having some intelligence. If you stupid, life is hard, but it's even harder if you're stupid. That puts people who are stupid in messed up situations. Don't be around stupid people, because they'll lie on you. They'll drag you into their lives. If they mess up, they can't see you walk away with a clean slate. They got to put you in their drama. They got to put you in their trouble. Stupid people. Fuck people. People like drama. People like chaos. People got a false belief that control and chaos are two different things. Whenever you try to control something that you think chaotic, that whatever, if you thought you succeeded, it's only a matter of time. Because what they say, be careful of somebody who's silent. Be careful of something that moves with stealth. Because as much as you think you winning and you winning and you winning and you some big shot, all it takes is one wrong turn and your ass is out of there. They're waiting on you. They're praying on you the whole time. You think you praying on them like you want something. We are human. Fuck people. Family is people. Friends are people. Co-workers are people. Strangers are people. People do fucked up shit to people. People hurt people. Fuck people. You got more to do with your life. If you got goals, don't tell nobody your goals. Why? Because the people who you think are going to be on your side, they might be in the ring with you, but they're not in your corner. As close as they is, they right in front of you. They're like your opponent. They're your enemy. They say keep your friends closer and your enemies closer. Hell no. Keep your enemies far so you can see them when they're coming. Because if they too close, wait until you slip up. Fuck people, man. Do your own thing out here. Live life. Fly alone. They say the bird that fly alone builds the strongest wings, and you can fly to higher heights to do what? To reach other birds with just as strong or stronger wings, and then you get better. That's who you need to rock with. The 5 people you spend the most time with, you're gonna become them. Fuck people. You've been giving and giving and giving, you tired of giving. You can't give no more. Or you got a lot to give, but you're so tired of giving because you realize, wow, I've been giving for so long, who gonna give to me? People can give you a nice speech. They can give you a nice quote, a nice statement, but they can't give you no real love, no real care. They're not rocking with you. They throwing rocks at you. You just think it's somebody else because they wait until you turn your head. And when you turn around to look, they like, it was somebody over there. They pointing at somebody else. Come on, man, they be the people in your circle. If your circle don't inspire you, you got a cage. And this go for any and everybody. It's okay to have standards for you and yourself. If people don't align with your standards, I won't give a damn if it go from hell to high water, grandma to best friend. If they don't meet your standards, you don't have to disrespect them and hate them, but you need to spend less time being exposed to their behaviors because you're going to end up just catching, you're going to inherit it. It's just what it is. That's how life goes. I don't make the rules. I'm just talking about it. Love yourself. Put yourself first. Be selfish. Fuck everybody else. Because everybody wants you to love them. No, love yourself. And for the people that judge you on doing that, most of them going to claim they're holy. Tell them live up to that claim that they made because they say, God can judge me, not everybody else. Tell them take their ass for a walk. Eventually, they'll go down the right path, but you going a different way. And that's okay. You don't owe nobody anything, man. Forget people. Only reason why I made this video is because you guys have been emailing me. Man, some of y'all got to stop worrying about people so much. They worried about your life more than you worried about yours. But they doing it in a negative way. You over here being positive, trying to care for them, and all they can do is run their mouths. Tell them shut up and go live life. And get out of yours. They're holding you back. You got one go at this. You be wasting your time with people, man.
Yeah. Amen, brother. Amen. Hallelujah. People suck. You know? The reason why we got grace through Christ is because we suck. It's not because we're good people, and it's not because we do the right fucking thing. We don't. We hardly ever do the right thing. That's the bottom line. Humanity is completely self-ish. Self-ish. Self-motivated. Self-everything. People only care about the bottom line for their particular selfish needs and desires. They don't care about each other, and if they do, 9 times out of 10, somebody says that they care when they don't have the ability to help you. It's easy to stand there and say, I do care, but the thing is they can't do anything. There's no potential sacrifice they can give that will assist you. You know what I mean? In other words, if there's something in it for them, all of a sudden that sacrifice will be made available. But if there's nothing in it for them, and they would just have to show you some compassion, depending on the level of sacrifice, like somebody will lend you $5 or give you $5, but 5,000, 500,000, no way. There's certain things I learned that my fellow man values the material more than the mission. The mission was to move forward and to strive forward to accomplish greater things. And it's not about that. It's about the material, not the mission. The money, the resource. Who has control of the resource? And I know it's not me. But anyway, Yeah. Oh, God. These guys are so inspirational, all of them. I swear. Give him a thumbs up. Let's see if there's another one. Sacrifice for 1 year, monk mode. Okay. That actually might be for me.
Did you know that our food system...
You ain't on hard, you can't have sex with her. It don't.
Okay. This is 9
You ain't on hard, you can't have sex with her. It don't go so good. Do it. Sacrifice for 1 year. Imagine what you can do in 1 year. Imagine what you can do 365 days straight with a little bit of time in between off. Imagine you hate one job, but you had 2 jobs that you hate. But every time you get paid, every week or every 2 weeks, that money comes in quick. Imagine if you worked out 4 times a week over the next 365 days. Imagine if you ate at least 5 days a week healthy. Not too much on Saturday and or Sunday for a year. Imagine if you ignored video games. Imagine if you stopped watching porn. Imagine if you stopped being a simp to women who don't show interest in you. Imagine if you stop worrying about haters. Imagine if you stop worrying about what people talk about, what people think of you, what people think about your goals, what people think you're capable of, what people think you shall chase when it comes to your life and your goals and your dreams and your vision, what people say about you for thinking you want better, what people say about you for having high standards. Imagine if you locked in for 1 year. Imagine if you sacrifice pleasure and stand on business for 1 year. Just imagine what you can do in 1 year. Obviously, like everybody else, I would sit back and think about what I can do in 6 weeks, 3 months, sometimes 6 months. But it's like, once I get to that 6-month threshold, I say, damn, let me go another 6 months. See, imagine if you sacrifice for 1 year, you're more than likely gonna do it for 1 more year, because a year does what? It goes by quick. And when we sit back and realize where we at versus where we wanted to be and the time we're in right now, we realize how much time we wasted, but how time flew by. See, life isn't short. We're spending our time wrong. If you're busy and focused for a year, that year will go by quick. But you will realize that you've done so much within that year that you've experienced every minute, every second. It's hard not to realize you wake up and go to work at 8-9 hour shift. And you leave that job, you go to another 8-9 hour shift. You sleep 6 to 8 hours. You eat in between your shifts. When you get home, you just shower and go to bed. You don't pay attention to Call of Duty, Madden, FIFA, whatever the hell you play. None of that. You lock in. You don't watch porn. You don't know what your homie doing down the street. You ain't smoked in a year. You haven't drank in a year. And I'm not knocking that. I know people still gonna do their thing. But what I say is, you do it less than you've been doing because you focus for a year. Imagine you do that for 1 year and then you let that carry over into a year 2. In 3 to 5 years, I'm not saying you're gonna be a millionaire, but if you focused on finances, you can position yourself to be a millionaire, if not a future millionaire. Let's sacrifice for a year. It's a lot going on. Nobody can foresee the future. But if you work now, the future won't hurt so bad. If you do what's hard now, the future won't hurt so bad. How do you expect to have a better future if you're sitting around doing the same thing? If you're sitting around blaming people, if you're sitting around mad at the world, if you're sitting around wanting everybody to like you, wanting everybody to treat you with kindness, sacrifice that too. Sacrifice your urge to want people to be your friend. You a grown-ass man. Nobody has to be your friend. You're supposed to be alone anyway. You have work to do. That's what I tell myself now. Don't get it twisted. I'm going to get my ass up every day, no matter how I feel. And I'm going to go work. Working out is a part of work. Doing your day job and or your night job is a part of work. Your side hustle is work. Reading is work. Learning is work. Counting money is work. Having sex with your girl is work. You understand what I'm saying? Everything about a man is work. Why you think women lay on their back and don't move and we do all the pumping? Why you think life is hard? It's supposed to be. If you ain't standing up and you ain't on hard, you can't have sex with her. It don't go so good, do it. So if you supposed to be hard to lay down and do one of the greatest acts of all man history, what you think you're supposed to do when it comes to living life? It's supposed to be hard. You stay hard, right? I'm not trying to take what somebody else say, but it makes sense. Everything is supposed to be hard for you as a man. You're supposed to be muscular hard. You ain't got to be big like a bodybuilder. But when a woman touch you, hard. And then you get hard. When you wake up, life is supposed to be hard. And it makes you hard. But self-control makes you masculine. Sacrifice. Sacrifice for a year. Lock in for a year. Don't tell me about, it's difficult. Yeah, it's difficult for me too. I'm not on here just running my mouth. We're going to do this together. You want to know what I do? I'm not going to tell you what I do. I work 2 jobs. I work a minimum 14 hours on a great day. I got 9 at one. Sometimes I go 5 at the other. Sometimes it's 6 at the other. Sometimes it's 7 at the other. I'm clocking in. I go home, I sleep for 4 or 5 hours. Sometimes, not every day. I work out 4 times a week. I eat clean damn near every day. Sometimes I indulge in something I want because I'm going to treat myself. I'm putting in a lot of work. I got to take time for my kids. I got to take time for my wife. I got to do all that. Wife can't go unattended. I got to give her what she wants. I got to give my children what they want. But when I'm not with my children and my wife, what am I doing? Everything is work. Don't chase ass, chase cash. You understand what I'm saying? Don't simp. Be a pimp. But don't go pimp women. Pimp yourself into doing what you need to do to pay yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Lock in, man. This ain't supposed to be easy. Everything about a man is hard. Why you think you get hard? Huh? You enjoy having sex, right? But you gotta be hard and you gotta put the work in. Women just gotta be there. And don't complain. All women do is lay on their back. And that's where they belong. Because you're supposed to be standing up, putting in work. Stand in the paint. Get in there. Sacrifice for a year, man. Put it all on the line. Think about how your older self would appreciate you if you really locked in for a year. Think about how much you can accomplish if you really locked in for a year. And then run it back. Repeat. Hell, if it's beautiful for you, do it 3 times. I promise you in 3 years, if you sacrifice 3 years, it's going to go quick. You ain't missing out on nothing. That girl you think you're going to miss your opportunity, you might. But if you're thinking about you becoming old, everybody that's a certain age right now, while you're your age, they're getting older with you. If you 30 and she 27, don't trip, boss. You're going to be 33, she's going to be 30. You understand what I'm saying? If you 40 and she 35, don't trip. You're going to be 43, she's going to be 38. You ain't missing out on nothing. Stand on your business. Sacrifice for a year. Put that work in. Head down. I mean, you can keep your head up, but what I mean head down is don't get distracted. Held your head up. Look up in the sky, but you ain't better than nobody, right? We're all human. No matter what, we're not better than people. We do things differently, and it might be perceived as better. Everybody's perception is their reality. You have to lock in for a year for you. Don't do it for the girl who turned you down because she went down the street to go talk to your homie and your homie end up getting her. Don't do it for the coworker at work that think you ain't shit. Don't do it for the teacher. Don't do it for nothing. Don't do it for the haters who told you, ha, 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 yo. None of it. It has to be for you because it's only you. It's only you. And in a year, if you don't succeed or you don't stay focused or you don't see the results that you should have, who are you going to blame? You're going to blame you. It's not anybody else. It's only you. Lock in. Sacrifice. Go monk mode. The PlayStation isn't going anywhere. Grand Theft Auto 6 ain't even come out yet. You got enough time. Lock in. When Grand Theft come out, if you want to run it, run it. But until then, we're going to run this work. We're going to put this work in. I grew up playing football. When the ball snap, go. When you wake up, go. And don't stop until the clock hit double. And matter of fact, it might be overtime. Don't stop until the ref say game over. For you, for us, that's when it's time to lay down and recover. That's it. If it's not time to go get them 6 hours, some 5 hours, sometimes 4.5 hours of sleep, you better be working. Because the only way you're going to get paid and laid, I know some of y'all want that too, is you're going to have to work. Women don't want to be with somebody who cheap or ain't got no money. And if you are broke, they want somebody who got their body right. How you gonna get your body right? Work. How you gonna get your money up? Work. Stop playing. We got 1 year. Not the end of this year. From today till September 2025. Let's work. Let's work.
Wow. Yeah, man. I mean, that's very inspirational. See, we got another one from Lindval. See, he works out. He's about getting pumped, man. He's about getting that muscle on there, brother. I used to, when I was younger, I'm 53 now, I don't do shit, but when I was in my early 20s, you know, we took weight training, you know, it was strong. You feel fucking strong when you're pumped like that. Nobody is coming to save you. Oh, that sounds like a good one.
Stick with me for 30 seconds.
Let's see. I like the commercials.
Finally realize you. So you finally realize you woke up. Nobody cares about you.
Yeah.
As a man, even for some of you ladies, nobody cares about you. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about what you're going through. Maybe only your mother and your father. Nobody cares about how you feel because they're too busy dealing with their own feelings. Nobody cares about what you want out of life. They're not going to be able to give it to you. Some of them may even want what you want. At what point do you just say to yourself, it's time to do everything hard in my life? If it's hard, you're probably doing the right thing. If it's easy, it's a strong possibility you're doing the wrong thing or you're not doing what's going to benefit you later that you're going to be proud of. You're going to have a great sense of accomplishment later on if you're doing things that's hard. If it's easy, it may not be the same thing. You crying right now. Do it while you're crying. You're frustrated. Do it while you're frustrated. You're tired. Keep doing it. You want to quit. Don't quit. Somebody talking shit. Keep going. Somebody telling you're not going to make it. Keep working. You can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're in the tunnel already. Keep going. The road is under construction. Well, do the construction work. Start reconstructing. You don't understand the laws. Read it. You don't have the money. Earn it. You can't figure it out. Give it time. You will.
Amen.
See, don't nobody give a damn about you. I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't give a damn about you.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, I don't give a damn about the excuses you're making. Yeah. That's not the real you. Now, you that's going to go out and do everything that you need to do, no matter what. You're not taking no for an answer when it comes to your life, not nobody else's. Don't be an idiot. That's the person who I care about. Because you rocking with me. Only the greats keep going. And if we don't get there, then we die trying. But we will not stop and settle and say, oh, well. That's not how we do it. That's not going to work. Because at the end of the day, no one cares anyway. So you might as well go all out. Everything about life is risky. Guess what? You're not going to make it out alive, playboy. You might as well put the work in. You might as well get focused. You might as well up your skill sets. You might as well accept that bullshit job you hate. They paying you for what they think you're valued at. If you did what everybody else around you in that job did, and you expected more pay, your ass is insane. You have a lot of work to do. And let's not get it twisted. Some of us are dealing with this shit that's generational. You've inherited beliefs. Oh, you got a whole lot of work to do. Like myself. Oh, yeah, I had to dismantle a lot of beliefs. I had to dismantle a lot of my psychology when it came to everything about life. But guess what I will stand on and I will always tell myself? Nobody cares. Stop complaining. Especially on the internet. They say everybody lying on the internet. I don't know who lying or telling the truth. I really don't care about that either. But for the ones that's listening, nobody care about you. If people will make a video to lie, to gain some type of clout, to make money, what the hell you think they care about you for? What are you giving them? I mean, you giving them what they want. Attention. Attention pays. Attention is currency, right? Because that's how people get paid today. Not just content creation. In life, you got to be attentive. People got to be aware of what it is that you're saying, to be able to execute a task, to be able to make profit from a product, etc. Like, attention is currency. But you worrying about the wrong thing if you expected somebody else who don't know you, and for the most part, people who do know you and claim they love you, to care about you to the point where they'll stop dealing with what they got going on in their life to put all their energy on you. You are crazy. Crazy enough to believe people would do that. You better be crazy enough to take care of your own. You is what I mean. And then possibly take care of people who you love. But take care of you first, because you can't take care of them till you take care of yourself. No one cares. That girl you like, she don't care. That friend who you realize you was put more into the relationship than they don't care. The bully who you want to apologize because they made you feel some type of way, that dumbass don't care. The teacher who said you wasn't going to be anything, don't care. The racist, don't care. The prejudice, don't care. The stranger, no one cares. The only person that's going to care is you. The only person that's going to get the job done is you. You can talk the talk all you want. You better get walking. The only way you're going to get from point A to point Z is across every individual letter that proceeds after A. You're not going to skip not one. You might even have to go back and re-walk over some of them. But you're not going to get to the end of that list until you take every step needed. And every step you take, you better have a belief behind that shit that can't nobody disrupt. No one cares, man. I'm not even going to say nobody can work harder. Nobody cares. After you hear that, you're supposed to already know what you need to do. Your country going to shit? Nobody care. President don't care. Governor don't care. Mayor don't care. Nobody cares. Your district attorney, your lawyer don't care. Family don't care. Don't care. Them tears, your tears don't care. It's just water. Wipe it, get back to work. Life will kick your ass. And the only thing you can do is kick it back. But if you don't, it's just going to keep kicking your ass. And make no mistake, while you kick back, it's going to keep kicking. But I'd rather kick back than just get my ass kicked all day. But at the end of the day, even if you decide to not kick back, guess what? Nobody cares. You got to do this for you. All them tears, I hear you. I feel you. I sat in the car and cried plenty times. Nobody cares. You think my daughter care? My daughter loves me. If I come home and say, baby girl, we can't eat tonight because daddy cared about what everybody said about him and felt about him. And I didn't go to work, and I didn't do my second job, and I didn't do side hustles, and I didn't sleep 3 hours because we needed to make money, and I didn't do this because no, she don't care about that. She might say, it's okay, daddy, but when that stomach hurts, she going to forget all about what I said and say, daddy, I'm hungry. And she going to end up crying because she's not going to understand. Nah, you don't let me starve, daddy. I don't care about your feelings. That's just coming from a man's perspective. That's what happened to be a father and a husband. Everybody got different situations. Man, y'all better understand this. Nobody is coming to save nobody. Superman don't exist. They say all superheroes don't wear capes. That's because it's going to be your ass to be a superhero for yourself and save the day for your own self, not nobody else.
Sweet. Yeah, that's the hard love, brother. Hard love. Nobody cares. And once you realize that you're trying to care in a world that doesn't give a shit about you by default, you do what you got to do to survive, man. I just went through the checkout. You know, I went out and I bought some food, right? And I put it in the cart. I transferred my money over so I could pay for it. And I went out. And when I was going through the line, I fucking forgot to have the girl scan the 2 items I had in the cart. So I didn't really think about it. I helped out with the grocery. You know, I help out putting the stuff in the bags because she was all by herself. So I put that in there and I paid. And then I walked out. And then I realized, you know, that's not as much as I thought it was. So it was a little light. And I said, I wonder why that. So by the time I started getting to the parking lot, I realized they didn't scan the 2 items in the cart. Now, there was no manager there. And I got away with two things of soda. You know, those, I think it's 12-pack cans or something. You know, one of those long boxes of sodas. But they're not sodas, they're sparkle water. Sparkle water is better for me because soda is bad for my diabetes. Sparkle water actually works better with me. It's carbonated and it's just healthier. Less trash in there. Regular soda, as much as we all enjoy soda, is very bad because of the corn syrup or that cornstarch or whatever the fuck it is that's in there. But anyway, so I walked out and I said, you know, I can go back and I can pay that money. I can say fuck it because the economy sucks and they fucked me over out of everything. And I can just go home with the fucking sodas. Because I saved up all those little, those stimulus checks. I saved up all that money to try to buy a house. Because I figured that was my time to do it. And you know what? I lost everything to the fucking courts. Over stupid shit. Over demonic possession. That was real. And it wasn't fair to me. So now I have the right to be unfair to others. I'm done. I'm done being fair and right. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. I'm not here to save humanity anymore. I took on that authority and that power for the purpose of actually saving humanity. And humanity doesn't want to be saved. They want to be cold. They want to be cruel. They want to be soulless. Fuck it. You know, I need the product. You know, I need the shit, and that's the way it's going to be. You know, however I can make money on the side, whatever side hustle I can come up with, I'm going for it. I can't do stock trading because $70. I went in there with a simulated $70 worth, and even in the best configuration I could find, I was making like 21 cents. You know, here and there. And I'll have to watch it all day. It's not something easy. But there's certain minimums, you know, like you have to have anywhere from $500 to maybe $1,000 minimum just to do a transfer into your stock exchange, you know, into the stock exchange account where you would do your trading. So I don't have that money. I just don't. So I said, fuck it. You know, nobody said anything. I just walked out, got my car. Now I got my fucking sodas there, or my sparkle water there. Fuck them. Fuck them, fuck them, fuck them, fuck them. Fuck them the way they fucked me with my diabetes, you know? They gave me all this shitty food, and I got addicted to this shitty food. And I'm still stuck eating shitty food because of my poverty. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. You know, every once in a while, you got to say fuck it and just take a break. One time, I almost walked out with all the cat food unscanned. But then somebody caught it. Or did I say something? Yeah, I said something about it. And so they scanned it. But I'm glad I did, because there was a manager right there watching. He was supervising his employees, and I saw him. And I said, you know what? I better point it out, because if not, I try to walk out of here and it's going to be my ass. But that would have saved me. If that manager wasn't there, it probably would have got me like 10, 20, maybe $60 worth of food for the cats. That's like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks of food. Yeah. So it would have helped. All these little things will help. Yeah. We try not to be malicious about it. It's just that after a while, you just don't give a fuck. I'm old. I lived out of a car. I've been demon possessed. I've lost everything I tried to save and earn. I could never get above. I could never get over the hill. I was always pushed back down. And I'm supposed to give a fuck about 2 items? They don't give a fuck. If somebody runs off with the money and goes out and buys a yacht, and they, just take all the public money. That's the way it was in Mexico. They get a president. The president would take all the money out and transfer it somewhere else. They would steal all the money and they just get away with it. And then the peso became more and more devalued because all the wealth was stolen. It's all corruption. So I'm not saying that my sin justifies someone else's sin. What I'm saying is that if nobody is anything but a sinner, and righteousness and goodness and all this other merciful higher level things don't really fucking matter down here, you're wasting your time. I'm not a prayer warrior anymore. I'm not a saint anymore. I'm not obligated anymore. All that is gone. Now I'm just a survivor trying to get ahead, trying to stay alive. Sad. Anyway, with that wonderful note, guys, I'm going to end the video. I don't know how long the video is. I think it's 1 hour and 2 minutes or so, if I could read the indicator right. Hope you enjoyed it. I love Linval Williams. Thank you, sir. If I had a father like that, God damn it, I swear to God, I think I'd be a fucking multimillionaire by now with my capabilities when I was in my 20s. I'm almost absolutely fucking sure I would have been a goddamn multimillionaire. Easy. Okay, let's go here. Start making more. I had to make all this narc so that I can, make more of these bullets. Because I started running out. Okay. Put the rest of this narc here. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And take care of yourself. Just remember, we're in survival mode now, especially in America. Actually, technically, it's worldwide. And you got to do what you got to do to survive. Don't feel bad, guys. I used to tear myself up over shit like that. Dumb little shit. And I realized it's nothing at a cosmic level. The spirits in charge of this world, they don't give a fuck about us, man. They're just like the elite, the power elite. They don't give a fuck. So take care of yourself, love yourself, do what you got to do to survive. Just don't take my shit, motherfucker. All right? Bye-bye.